All right, we always tell you the best food and wine combos to serve at your party. Now we want to tell you what food and wine pairs just do not work. Anybody that's your party guest, we'll be talking about you, but not in the good way. Laurie Forster from The Wine Coach is joining us live right now with the studio, and you brought some samples here.
Yes.
And these are, we're looking at bad pairings right now?
Very bad pairings. People always tell you the great things to do.
Right.
But I find in my own life, you learn more from mistakes than always the success, right?
Yes, you do.
And then you won't make that mistake again. So the overriding rule when you're pairing food and wine is match the weight of the food to the weight of the wine.
Okay.
So lighter wines with lighter foods like salad, seafood, heavier wines with meats. So here I have my first deadly dining disaster. Spicy quesadilla with salsa, hot with some jalapenos in there, and an oaky, buttery Chardonnay. High alcohol, and the oakiness inflames the spice. It's going to make the dish taste even hotter.
So both taste nasty.
Right, and you go all this trouble making great food, buying a great wine. This is Kamomi from Napa Chardonnay. It's delicious, but better with a grilled chicken or a grilled fish.
Okay.
But this next wine is a Riesling from New Zealand in Central Otago, southernmost winemaking place in the world. Archangel, it's called. It's a really great story, a really great wine. Little bit of sweetness to it. Would go great with the spicy contrast. But if you put it with artichokes, I don't know if you love artichokes.
I do.
But
I like artichokes. Oh, yeah.
Artichokes have a compound that makes wine taste even sweeter than it really is. So this little bit of a sweet Riesling is going to end up tasting really sweet.
Like Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you really want to put that more with a crisp, herbaceous Sauvignon Blanc, like the one I have here, also from New Zealand, but Marlborough region. And that's going to be a nice contrast, whether it's marinated artichokes or fresh.
Okay, now let me say something that maybe most of us, like myself, don't know much about wines, but whenever I see red meat, I always think about pairing it with red wines. Is that a true standard?
It is, for me, a true standard because there are fat in the meat, and tannin from the red wines is a great complement. So that, you just were a perfect segue here to, why would you put a crisp, high-acid Sauvignon Blanc with a steak? It's going to be so overwhelmed by the boldness of the steak that you're not going to end up tasting this beautiful, beautiful wine. Lovelock Sauvignon Blanc is actually made by Kim Crawford. I don't know if you've heard of that winery. Huge. He sold it for $1 bajillion, now started his own craft winery, making great Sauvignon Blanc. He's going to do it all over again.
All right, not bad.
And all these wines about $25 or under.
Would that go well with the oysters then?
Exactly right. The red Zinfandel with oysters, you're going to get fishy, metallic, not good, but great with your steak. So switcheroo, do the Sauvignon Blanc with the oysters and the Zinfandel with the steak, and there you have a great pairing.
Now, do you see a lot of people, I mean, I know you teach a lot of classes in this, you deal with a lot of instructions, basic instructions, and really you find out people are saying, no, why would you do that? But if you're sitting at a restaurant and you open up the wine list, it's difficult to tell the weight of the wine there. Can you ask the wait staff that?
You should absolutely ask. Us wine geeks, cork dorks, we want to help, right? And when you're trying these together, here's a little tip. When you're at home, because you're going to try these at home, I know, make a wine sandwich to see how things go. Sip the wine, bite the food, then sip the wine again, and notice how it changes. You like it just as much or better?
That makes it easy.
That's a great pairing.
There you go. Then you know. All right. Now, of course, if you need to have any of those questions, she's got a book written for you. It makes it very easy to find out all those. And you can find that book right on our website. Log on to foxbaltimore.com/morning. Cork dorks, I like it. Wine pairings, wine sandwiches. All right, well, coming up, the trailer for the new Hunger Games film has already been leaked.